searching for you. I'm still searching for you. From dirt to the sky, I'm still searching for you.
Wake the fuck up, samurai. We have a city to burn.
Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. It is I, your t-shirt historian, here for another week in Geek. And, before I go too much further, should probably point out and clarify a few things. I had a friend come at me with some harsh but tough words that I honestly think came from a place of love. At least that's the way I interpret it, because it's a guy who's really concerned about my channel, where it's going, how it's doing, and, where we're going to be. And he let me know a few things that people really don't know who I am, because I run panel shows, and frequently you get to hear as much from the guests as you do me, or more from the guests than you do me in some cases. So I can understand that. I am trying to kind of do more of my own thing with the unboxings, but I have decided I am going to start doing some more kind of one-on-one talk things. I have talked to Grim about it at one point, and I told him, I said, man, I really admire you, because you can sit down, script out a video, and put out a video every week, sometimes 2 or 3 times a week. And they're always entertaining, informing, good, and everything else. And I have tried that. I've written scripts, put together video, tried to splice it all together and put it out and upload it every week. And I don't know if I'm just lazy or what, or perfectionist, whatever you want to call it. I can't do it. I've tried many, many times. I've done it a few times, and I've never been happy with the results. It takes too long. It doesn't ever quite sound right to me. There's always things I think I could have done better. I'm much more comfortable with just getting up on stream and just kind of doing the fireside chat type thing, or just discussing how I feel about stuff on camera or whatever, off camera as it is. And that's kind of the way I want to continue things. I just don't do video uploads, but I will be having a few more one-on-ones with people, or I should say with you, the audience, not with people. I do hope to get some more guests on. I definitely do. I've got high hopes, man. Mike Pondsmith, man, that's my biggest piece on the bucket list. Faderhead, I want him on here. I would love to get some of the old school artists, writers, and other things. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I got into YouTube because I was watching Doomcock, I was watching Nerdrotic, I was watching all the big YouTubers, the big tubers as I like to call them. And I got to see all their interviews with all these cool people. And I thought, man, that's so much fun. These guys get to talk to all these people who I've admired all these years. And that's what I want to do. I want to do that same thing. And I want to talk to these big tubers too. You know, I want to hang out with Mauler. I want to hang out with Az. I want to hang out with Critical Drinker. I want to hang out with Gary at Nerdrotics. I want to hang out with, well, hell, I mean, you know, all those big guys, all of them. It's fine. I mean, that would be cool. Just to hang out with them for a little while, talk shit, you know, and just have fun. And that's kind of why I invented the Week in Geek. It was kind of my format for inviting people on to talk and, you know, get stuff out on kind of a lunch table sort of format. Now, I mean, originally when I first put it out, I wanted to kind of stick to more strict forms of reporting, you know, like, okay, we've got to hit this story. 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 And what I found out happens is when you start trying to hit all these points, one, you never hit them all, or you hit them all really, really fast because nobody's that interested in them. And then you end up just kind of having organic conversations anyway. And, you know, I figured why not just have organic conversations, you know, just bring up the shit that you want to talk about. Obviously, we do have some topics and stuff that we bring up every week because, you know, I have to kind of lead the conversation in one direction or another. It's a little bit like herding cats, but not quite so bad. And I also want people who come on as panelists and guests on the show to bring their own stuff too. You know, that's why I'm always asking Ironcaster, you know, like, hey, what'd you get this week? And, you know, or what did everybody else do this week? Or did you see anything cool this week? And I was like, you know, it's the Week in Geek, you know? So, you know, I don't want this show to be strictly one format or the other. I know we've been talking about a lot of gaming stuff on this show lately, and that is because the gaming side, the gaming world, Wizards of the Coast, keeps making news that has more or less been interrupting or entering into the pop culture realm. And it always kind of has. I mean, I've always kind of seen all these things as synonymous with one another. I mean, it's okay. I walk into my gaming store, there's a comic book rack. There's a miniature shelf. There's board games. There is, of course, Magic the Gathering. I tend to avoid that place unless I have, you know, a can of deodorant. But, you know, and then, of course, there's the actual gaming spaces and stuff, too. The gaming parts with the books and things. And that, to me, is all part of pop culture. And in between, you have all these conversations going on about, ooh, did you see this latest episode of whatever? Or did you see this movie and stuff that's relative to pop culture? And to me, that is kind of like the essence of what the Week in Geek is. This is a show where you come in and you hang out at the store for a little while. You talk about all the cool shit. You show off all the neat things that you have and all the accomplishments you've made that week and all that sort of thing, you know? That's kind of what this is. This is not necessarily a show that's geared towards gaming or comics or anything in one particular thing. My Dungeons and Discussion show, on the other hand, is pretty much hardcore gaming. That's what we do. That's what we want to talk about. The TTRPG world, etc. And that's what I want to stick to on that. And at some point, if I ever get monetized, if I ever get enough subscribers, if this thing ever blows up and becomes successful, and, you know, it's still a possibility. I mean, you know, I haven't given up hope yet. But if it ever happens, I will probably go ahead and separate the two channels out. So it'll be one channel just straight up for gaming talk and the other one just for pop culture talk. But here lately, we kind of find ourselves at crossroads, at cross spaces, because shit that's happening in the gaming front is definitely making news in the pop culture front. And it hits big time whenever you especially see a lot of fantasy franchises like Lord of the Rings coming up. Because, you know, Tolkien had a big influence on all the gaming stuff and all the gamers, one way or another. I mean, even if you didn't read the books, you've probably seen the movies. So, you know, it's kind of hard to think of an elf and not think of Legolas, you know? So even though we do kind of degenerate into a lot of game talk on this show, it's not necessarily all about gaming. So I don't want to chase anybody off, and I don't want to set any false expectations for anybody either. Our game talk show is pretty much going to be, Dungeons and Discussions. This show is just pretty much all about general pop culture. And that's kind of the way I'm running it. But like I said, since WotC keeps making news and fantasy keeps making news, the gaming side comes with it. So I apologize to my panelists and my audience if you came here just looking for straight up hardcore, D20 facts and all this kind of stuff. This is not really the show for it. But if you came here to talk a little bit about that, and then you want to bitch about Shang-Chi or how the Punisher looks stupid now and all this other stuff, hey, man, you found your show. We do try to keep it a little bit positive. I hate to just, get shitty all week, because a lot of us, we just see nothing but bad news all week. But, man, it's hard sometimes, man. And today is really hard because we had a bunch of stuff happen this week. We saw what the Lord of the Rings is going to look like. We saw what the new Punisher is going to look like. We saw that last episode of the Book of Boba Fett. It's hard, man. It's hard. It's hard to stay positive, man. It's hard to stay positive, but maybe we can bring a little bit of brightness. At the very least, we can laugh about this shit and have a good time. So, I've rambled on enough. I mean, it's been almost like 15 minutes. I got people in the back who are going, what the fuck, T-shirt? Come on, bring me on. So I apologize if I kept you guys waiting. So here we go. Here's our wonderful group of panelists right here. We got Mackinney, who's drawing.
And you have, let me be the first to say, one, it's not a matter of if, it's always a matter of when. Two, you have every right to vent, every right to talk about it. It's your channel, dude. You direct the ship. You're always directing it. You always remember you're always the captain of the ship and where it's going. All you know is you always got people right here supporting you wherever you go, and we want to see you succeed and get monetized together. Hell, I hope we get monetized at the same time.
I'm just here because I hate T-shirt,
Yeah.
I'm just here because I hate him.
I love you, Jace. You're great. And you know what, Jace? Every time I talk to my friend, I always bring up the Mike Barron conversation. I would say, you know what? I wouldn't have done that if it hadn't been for Jace. I would not have been able to talk to Memnock if it hadn't been for Jace. So you have contributed to the things that I do, and I'm always going to love and respect you, man. And I hope you succeed too with whatever is going to happen. I know you've got some trials and tribulations of your own coming up. I wish you, all the success. If there's anything I can help you with on that, I'll give you my personal information. You can talk to me, okay?
Yeah. But I have some positive news, actually. I do.
Did you order your own crop top?
No. That's your thing. I'm not the one who has a hairy back who loves wearing crop tops. That's you. No, but
That's me too.
Speaking of which, we've got a bot who's running loose in the channel.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, if those of you are not aware, I hope my mods can keep up with this, but otherwise I'm doing it myself.
Yeah.
Ever
Crazy
since
bot. They're getting more elaborate.
Yeah, ever since Testify died, his group has just been running around. I think they're queued into the Cotton Connections feed, so they're just hitting everybody from Cotton Connection.
But the good news is that I have been in talks with Johnny Craig, aka one of my childhood musicians that I grew up loving. He was the vocalist in Slaves, one of my favorite bands of all time. He was in Emerosa, and he's done a lot of solo music and stuff like that. And I'm in the talks to get him on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a big guy when it comes to music. He's up there with Bring Me the Horizon, Falling in Reverse, and a lot of these big artists. So I have been in talks with him and his friend to get on an interview show with me. And T-shirt, of course, you're always invited.
Hey, thank you.
And he's a really great guy. He's a really funny guy. He started streaming again on Twitch after a long time. So yeah,
Wow.
I got some good news, and I got a hold of him, and I am gonna ask a Norwegian creator if he wants to be interviewed too. He's the biggest Norwegian YouTuber. Also a personal friend of mine, and I also have used a little bit of his music in the show, in the intro lately. So yeah, some positive news, something positive and nice to talk about.
Well, that's great.
Some positive.
Yeah.
Just because
I don't know.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know how I do it, how I get in touch with these people. It just happens. It just happens. So yeah. But at T-shirt, you're always invited on the interview shows. Like I've said before, you are part of the interview shows. You always have a lot of good information or things to ask and stuff like that. So you're always invited, and I love you, bro.
Oh, thank you, man. And Squeaky, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. I know it's kind of last minute for you, but I'm glad to have you on.
Thanks.
And of course, Ironcaster, man. Hey, you've been with me almost pretty much since the beginning, and your channel's growing too, and you're doing great things.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. This is one of the highlights of my week, and
Wow.
I'm glad you kind of did it at the beginning, because I was just getting in the door as the show was starting. I'm like, oh, I didn't make it. Oh, you covered for me.
No, I had a lot of shit on my mind because it's been kind of, I've been thinking about it all week because ever since my friend brought it up. And if I see him again, I'll definitely let him know. It's like, hey, man, I took your advice to heart, so we're going to make some changes and things like that.
So I do have a little bit of positivity to bring in my own.
Oh, hey, all right.
I don't want to quite jump over the introductions, but I do have a couple things where I can show off. But
No, do it.
We'll get there.
Do it. Okay.
Just keep it in your pants.
Do it. I do have some positive, and I can at least show off the T-shirt.
Oh, sweet. All right. How about you, Kringe? What's going on?
Shopping for houses.
Yeah,
Went to see 3
that's
of them
right.
today.
Wow. Anything good?
One of them has potential.
Potential.
But I'm going to see like 2 or 3 more tomorrow, so I don't want to make a decision now.
Of course not. Want to weigh all the options. I'm putting together some G Fuel here because I gotta wake up a little bit. I haven't had any.
I really
real
want.
caffeine.
I really
Those
want to try
goddamn
G
energy
Fuel,
drinks.
Yes.
but in Norway we don't get G Fuel, so
You can't import it.
I've tried. It doesn't look like it.
Wow.
But we have something called X Gamer instead, and that's like a different version of G Fuel.
Oh, okay.
I actually
That's all-
have like a mouse pad with the X Gamer on. It looks like Venom on it.
Yeah.
But I gave it to my dad because it was way too big for my table. I didn't have space for it. But yeah, we have some variations of basically G Fuel here in Norway.
Oh yeah, Mephisto. Ironcaster is wearing a Geeks and Gamers hoodie.
Unfortunately, it's not a crop top, but hey, it works.
Yeah.
Oh, they'll be coming soon.
Yeah,
One of
there
my
we
regular
go.
work. It's one of the regular hoodies I wear for work. Also, it's warm. It's warm enough for me. So
Hey, Wizard Jim, you just came back from Norway, went to Hunderfossen. Where is that, Jace?
Just a second. I'm a bad Norwegian, you know that, right?
he sells the shirt.
Are there good Norwegians?
Probably not. What's that guy's name? Quisling. Yeah, he was a bad Norwegian.
Yeah, the Quisling was he was Forberg. Forberg. It's in Forberg.
I can't think of any good Norwegians. I can just think of like bad ones.
Well, obviously there's
Thank you.
Varg.
Thank you.
Yeah.
'Cause
I
am
had
a
to
bad
actually had to check
Norwegian.
if he was Norwegian or Swedish because
No, he's.
I'm
he's
American. That's just one country to me.
So, no, I can say that a place where I'm from in Norway is where Quisling is from.
Oh wow.
I know his family. I know everything about that guy because I'm from the place he was. That I'm also from that place.
Imagine anybody part of his family is.
Yeah, we have like this big. It is like a home where it is in Fyresdal. It's called Fyresdal. And wow, my ducks were halfway where I'm from, but that doesn't matter. People don't know where I live now. But one of the houses the family owns, people do not want to move in there or anything. It's only bad reviews and stuff like that because people hate Trishling, and unfortunately, it affects the family too. That also does like him, of course, but they are in family with him, and because of the backstory and stuff, they can never sell the house.
Wow, that's sad.
That sucks.
Because it's
Clobbering
really-
times. Oh my gosh, Clobby almost
Oh,
never comes
Clobby.
to visit the stream. Clobby, it is so good to see you, dude.
Clubby.
And we got Barghoul. I see this guy on Twitter all the time. He is hilarious. He's a great guy. Well, I've got some cool stuff headed my way. I got onto the Secrets of Blackmoor's page, and I have not been able to watch the entire thing, but I've been watching the Arneson story, which is all about how Dave Arneson basically built the framework for Dungeons and Dragons and kind of demystifying some of it and highlighting his contribution to it and everything. And it really, I didn't realize that the wargaming aspect of it was so strong. I mean, okay, I'm a historian, but it's not like just because you have the title of a historian doesn't mean I know everything there is to know about history. It's
You only care about the applications of human urine to tabletop gaming.
Well, that's part of my history. That's part of my historian background because I studied kind of a lot of medieval culture, that sort of thing. Although I'm not an expert on it, I'm not a PhD, so I can't actually,
You're a PhD to me, don't worry.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're a
I mean,
doctor
it's like,
t-shirted historian.
Oh, that would be kind of cool, man. Call myself Doctor Historian if I had a PhD.
I call myself a doctor all the time.
Doctor
I flunked
t-shirt.
out of college.
Doctor T-shirt. That'd be neat.
I want to be Dr. Mouse. That sounds awesome.
Dr. Mouse.
I don't want to be Dr.
It
Machini.
sounds like it could be a villain name.
Or like
Yeah, that sounds like a villain.
The
name.
terrible Dr. Mouse.
or
Dr. Mouse.
I'm down
you'd
with
have-
being a villain.
You'd have to spell it in German. Dr. Mouse.
Then she'll just get removed from school.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
I really wish I could be.
Iron, you can send him an invite if you like. I don't have much in the comic books thing to talk about, but please, not to hear it again unless it's about treating leather. Yeah, I've actually heard leather, a combination of dog feces and other things to help remove the fur and all that stuff from the hides. And actually, I believe the Native Americans actually would use animal brains, but I'm not 100% positive on that. So. Muslim uncle, oh my gosh, dude, it's so good to see you.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalam alaikum. It's great to see you. I love that guy. Anytime I have questions about anything that's related to anything in that world, I ask him about them because it's like I mean, go to an expert because my knowledge is very limited. Even though I once worked for Muslims, it's not like I quiz them every single day about everything. But Kip Marlowe, people who use their academic titles in real life on credit cards, booking theater tickets should be subjected to a vigorous beating with iron bars. Well, there you go. See, yeah.
I
maybe-
disagree with that because if I get to PhD level in my field, it's going to be a lot of work.
Yeah,
And I'm
there
going
is
to use
that.
the hell out of that.
Dr. Mouse, you will respect me.
Yeah, but like I've got one of those like square foots of land in Scotland, so I expect to be
Oh,
dressed
from,
as Lord.
From what's the thing that Jeremy keeps promoting? What's it called? Dang it.
No, I got mine from like Cards Against Humanity,
Oh, okay.
Oh,
where they were like, "Yeah, here, so everyone who bought this is gonna get like 12 gifts," and one was like a square inch of land off some little rinky-dink island, and they even sent you a little flag so you could like go and like claim your spot of land.
This is where Ironcaster takes over the world. This is
he's a laird now.
Well, I know
Yeah.
Ironcaster really wants to take over the world, especially he wants to take over 540 Studio, but that's not gonna happen. We saw what happened last time.
Oh, if he could figure out how to steal that giant Gundam that they built over in Japan, I imagine that would be in his backyard.
Oh no, we're going to the Hong Kong or Taiwan one, so I can get the Freedom Gundam.
Oh, okay, the Freedom Gundam.
He's gonna wash it in a crop top and hot pants.
That's what.
Hey, awesome one. Good to see you, man.
Ironcast, you know I love you.
All right. Take over the world 1 square meter at a time. Yes. Yes. Well, I do have something that's a little bit sobering this week.
Let me jump ahead on you.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say thanks. I was gonna thank you, T-shirt from Clubbering. Unfortunately, he is off and back on the road, and stuff like that. But I was gonna say thank you for the invite.
Oh, well, that's okay. I'm glad he showed up.
Clubbering.
Kit Marlowe, so his PhD was on law and constitution in 15th century England. Wow. Dude, I'm so impressed. Darius, hello and salam. I'm curious how it is to try to play role play with the generation gaps and proliferation of woke and young people. Yeah, well, here's the truth. One of my players is of the millennial generation, but he's kind of an exception. He recognizes that other millennials are probably,
Well, is he an early millennial or a late millennial?
I think he's a late millennial, actually, because he's he's not even 30 yet, so he's still in his younger 20s.
I'm not even 30 yet.
So there you go.
I'm 26, man.
Speaking of that, Jace, here I got this I got this for you, or in honor of you.
Hey,
Yeah,
nice, man.
it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I've been kind of working on it all night. So if I sound a little slurred. But
Well, I am really tired, so because it's not long since I woke up, so you can hear it on me. I'm a little bit woo. I just woke up basically before the stream.
yeah, I know you sleep all day. But okay,
I normally do.
you guys might be familiar with Animane, who sometimes appears on our panel. He's also the guy who makes my 2 videos every month that I post up on the page. Usually they're the funny ones. But I got some bad news from him. His roof is caving in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard something about that.
Yeah, and he started a GoFundMe to
He's been running a couple streams this past week, in fact, to raise some money for it.
And as a matter of fact, we're gonna check one of those out. But Snortopoopus has posted up a link to his GoFundMe, and one of the cool things that we can do as a YouTube community, as a YouTube channels, we have come together in the past to help out folks in the community in need. We did it with Rebecca whenever her shop got destroyed by flooding. I think we could probably help out Animane too. I mean, and he is kind of like a brother YouTuber, as it were. I mean, a lot of y'all frequent his streams or are part of his streams or on his streams and stuff. But this is his little video that he shared out. So I want to go ahead and run that. It's about 5 minutes long. So.
What's going on, y'all? This is Animane coming to you with a quick video to update you guys about something I've been going through lately. I've been dealing with some serious roof issues for the past few months. It started with a couple leaks in the back of the house, and upon investigating the situation on the roof, I discovered that basically the entire back portion of my house, which is on a different incline than the rest of the house, the roof on that section is essentially kaput. The entire roof really has outlasted its life expectancy, but this back part is exceptionally bad. And to make matters worse, with the recent snow and ice that we've been getting, thank you so much, winter, there's a nice little hole in one portion of the roof that goes straight through the ceiling. So now I have a nice little skylight in one of the back rooms of the house. Always fun. Needless
Poor
to
guy.
say, it's time for this roof to go. And I have done everything in my power to try and get this done as fast as possible. But unfortunately, due to my own financial limitations, I have not been able to make any significant movement in this area. I've tried to get help by way of grants, personal loans. 9 times out of 10, when I find something that looks like a lead, I get met with a sorry, we can't help you. After months of trying to handle this on my own and being unsuccessful, I decided that it's time to just admit that this is something that I'm clearly in over my head on and seek additional help. The first step was putting together a GoFundMe, which I am happy to say, as of the recording of this video, has raised $1,030. I have seen absolute outpour of support from friends, family, online community members, and even complete strangers. And for all of that, I am eternally grateful. But we are far from out of the woods yet. As you can see here, we have quite a way to go before we get our $14,900 goal. And while I completely understand that this is not an overnight thing, I do have to stress here that time is of the essence. The longer it takes for me to raise these funds, the longer it's going to take for me to get this roof replaced. And as you can see from the pictures I've shown, time is really not on my side. With that being said, I understand that money is tight for all of us, trust me. I know this as well as anybody else right now. If you have it in you to give, if it's not going to hurt you to give, I would appreciate a donation. That can either be to my GoFundMe or you can donate directly to my PayPal, both of which are linked in the description of this video. If you don't have it to give, I totally understand. All I'm asking is that you share this link. Share the video, share the GoFundMe itself. If you can share it with the hashtag #RaiseTheRoof, that would be great. Maybe we can even get this trending and get as many eyes on this as possible. I believe we could fund this in a matter of days. If you have it to give, I greatly appreciate it. And together, we can all come together and help hold this roof up. And I've seen so much great support so far. I've been doing some live streams lately. I've been doing this for this past week. I'll be doing one more tomorrow on Sunday. And if you're subscribed to me, make sure you hit the bell because I'm most likely going to be doing more of these. While we do the live streams, we take sketch requests for some donations. So during the streams, if you donate $10, you'll get a half body sketch of whatever you want. Obviously, try to keep it something that's not going to get my channel struck down. And if you give $20 or more, you'll get a full body sketch. My good friend, Rosalind Summers, who is the official artist of my comic book, The Spider Circle, is also running her own independent fundraiser, also with the name Raise the Roof, where you can donate $20 and get 3 chibis done from her, or you can give $40 and you can get a full body drawing. That's line work, coloring, the whole nine, full body. I greatly appreciate this, and she's not making a dime off of this. So please be respectful of the guidelines that she set, because I'm standing by them. If you don't want anything in return, that's great. I appreciate whatever you have to give. If you have nothing to spare, all you have to do is share. Share it all out with the hashtag #RaiseTheRoof, and we can do this. This home was left to me by my late parents. I don't want to see it fall into ruin. And I believe that part of being responsible is admitting when you have more on your plate than you can handle and getting help for that. It means so much to me that you care enough even to give me some of your attention and time, because honestly, time is a more important commodity than money, because unlike money, once time is spent, it's gone for good. So thank you for giving me some of your time. And whether you support me with your finances or with sharing the links, you have my eternal thanks. This is Jermaine Johnson, better known as Animane, and I'll talk to y'all later. Thanks for your help.
Yeah, so there we go. We're putting up PayPal links, we're putting up GoFundMe links and stuff like that. We're not trying to shame anybody into, paying up money. I mean, if you don't have it, you don't have it. I mean, there's nothing else you can do. But at least, consider it if you've got a couple of bucks and you can help out, please do, because this is a friend of ours. This is a friend of, pretty much everybody on the panel. I think, Mock, don't you do some streams with him too?
I haven't yet. Actually.
You haven't yet? You should.
I know. I hope to. Let's see.
I haven't actually been on a stream with him yet either as far as his channel goes because he keeps running them during the day when I'm working. But maybe I'll get in on the Sunday one. I don't know. But he's a good guy. I like him a lot, and I hate to see anybody who's having a hard time if we can help out. So, do what you can. Do what you can. And wow, we've got some old ass nerds out in the audience out there. Yeah, we've got Mephisto, we've got Wizard Jim, and we've got all these. Wizard Jim is kind of a young one, huh? We got Snorty. Snorty's older than I thought he was. Wow. Snorty was playing D&D in 1974. It's like that's a year before. That's a year after I was born. So wow, that's an old bear. But anyway,
I like being young. It's fun.
I don't know if I'd like being young in this particular era, but maybe it's.
Yeah, but it won't last forever.
Yeah, it won't. It won't.
No,
it's all downhill from here.
No, even when I become older, I will still look young. So I am forever young.
Well, that works for me too because I don't look my age either. But I will tell you one thing though: when you hit 45, the check engine light definitely comes on.
The thing with my family is that nobody looks their age, and nobody in our family. My whole family looks young. It's always been like that.
See, I'm going for the route of just consuming all the preservatives I can so I'll last forever.
Well, that's not hard to do. Just eat McDonald's every day.
And Twinkies.
And Twinkies, yes.
Okay.
Lasso truth facts, yes, facts. And honey.
I'm really
yes.
old. I'm like 80.
No, you're not. You're younger than me. Get real.
You sound very young for an 80-year-old. You must have found a fountain of youth.
I'm mentally probably 20.
I was
Or
gonna
four.
say you're not some like 500-year-old loli, are you, Squeaka?
She's not.
I mean, my favorite things are Play-Doh and bubbles and watercolors. I mean, like
and
And
fairy
waffles.
coloring books.
and coloring.
Aw.
And
Aw.
Such a Uwu girl.
All right. Well, since gaming is a little bit of what's on the discussion today. Yeah.
Sure.
Apparently, Wizards of the Coast is going to start doing NFTs, which are non-fungible tokens. Which I still don't understand what the fuck those are.
can we call them nifties?
Yeah, we call them nifties or whatever.
Or as what's his name? It's one of the YouTubers I follow.
I need to do some more research on these things and blockchains because I don't understand any of that shit. Does anybody else understand this stuff?
Yeah, I
As
can send you a
Skill-
link that describes it really well. T-shirt.
I was
Okay.
gonna say, as Skill Up calls them, no fucking thanks.
Yeah.
My
That's all
favorite, my favorite story coming out of the whole NFT thing are the stories by people who don't understand what it actually is, who seem to think that the photo itself is what you own, when in fact it's like some specific coding that just can't be duplicated, which is the best to my knowledge. So you had those people who tried to buy like the novel of Dune and tried to think thought that they owned the intellectual property for it.
God, that was stupid.
Oh, that was great. I laughed at that for like a
Yeah,
week.
upper echelon
You're
did a video of
kidding me,
that. I'm
right?
like, oh god.
I don't even like
absolutely
Dune,
a
and I
thing.
was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Darius, you want to come on this panel, man? Because you apparently know what the hell this is all about. I don't understand it yet. I know they are saying something about NFTs are going to be used to transfer items back and forth in video games.
No, they're
So
not.
Yeah, but that's not.
That's gonna take getting
No.
all the companies that
That's
make
not
the
gonna
video
work.
games to
Yeah,
work
exactly,
together.
because you can't just
Yeah.
like transfer like one character, like, and they made a great example. I was like, you can't transfer like this, have like this character in like Fortnite and just port them over to something like Call of Duty because it's like two different engines, two different.
It's in the
bits
private
of
chat
code,
T-shirt.
Yep, I'm looking.
all that stuff, so.
Why NFTs are bad? The short version.
That's the long version I sent you.
How many pages long is this?
It takes
Well,
51
there's a
minutes
long
to
version.
read.
And there's a short version.
Are there
Byzant-
pictures? I need pictures.
Wait a minute, it's got something that's called Byzantine fault tolerance. What the hell?
I was gonna say, is it a pop-up book? Is it a...
So you want me to send you the short version as well?
Jesus Christ! Now, you know what? I'm just gonna post this in the
Is there an
there's
link.
the short
Is
version.
there an audible version? Is there an audible?
Yeah, can I get a 4-year-old to read this to me?
I'll read it for
This
you,
is-
Makini.
Ooh,
This
yes.
is valuable
We get
brain space I could be
we
saving for
read,
BattleTech.
Do like an audible of just like why NFTs are bad.
Okay, here's the short version. I posted it up in the chat for you guys. There you go. Okay, awesome one says NFTs will make gaming an elite option only for gaming. Okay.
Yeah, and I think that's the.
I'm never gonna care about NFTs. I do. not
NFTs
care at
are
all.
someone trying to create value around something that's not really there. They're trying to copy the wealthy and inflating prices. Well, my only understanding of NFTs is that wherever they're being held, the tokens themselves are like big giant server farms that apparently produce a shitload of heat and electricity and all this other stuff, and it's really bad for the environment. So that doesn't sound good.
But then I've heard the counter argument that's saying, like, you know, when it comes to the environment, is that tweets, like your tweets on Twitter, produce more carbon footprints than NFT does. And that was the counter argument I heard. So that's just
Really?
what I've heard. That's just what I've heard.
Oh, well then, Jesus Christ, I'm going to be burning the fucking planet down with my tweets.
I think a lot of people are.
I mean,
by the way,
Compromise and burn Twitter down?
yeah.
Yeah, no, somehow. We haven't figured out that science yet, Ironcaster.
Yeah. All I know is it's another unpopular move by Wizards of the Coast / Hasbro, and yeah, that's probably going to contribute to continuing to drop them. But the other things that are happening at Hasbro / Wizards of the Coast is they did get a new president. So her last name is Williams. My understanding is she used to be a big wig at Amazon, and she used to be Microsoft. Which kind of points to the fact that where Dungeons and Dragons, Wizards of the Coast is going to be heading is probably going to be more and more digital, which means they can control that space better.
They dropped a trailer this week. I saw a trailer for, I guess it's a new set of cards or a new series for Magic the Gathering. It was like very neon anime themed, something like that.
Was it maybe for the Kamigawa?
Yeah, Kaigawa, that's what it was. Yeah, I saw the trailer for that, and I was like, "Oh, that looks cool." But then I figured, it's like Wizards of the Coast. Oh, it must be a new one.
Oh, okay. I think Darius has kind of explained it in a way I understand. Okay, so like if you bought an NFT, the blockchain is what verifies that it belongs to you and only you. So if anybody else tries to copy paste it, the blockchain says, "Nope, you can't do that. It only belongs to this guy. You're not allowed to do that." Is that right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Single-handedly destroying the yeah, no kidding.
Well, like I said, I don't know enough to really form just kind of how I feel about it, because I've said this backstage before we got started, that I've had instances where friends of mine had their art stolen and become NFTs without their permission.
Yeah, and I'm all about not promoting any kind of art theft.
Mm-hmm.
Sustain a Bitcoin just on the servers uses as much energy as DC in a year, and that's just god damn. That's wow. Friday says NFTs are being used to hash out the architecture for ownership rights in a purely digital economic environment. Not that anyone's trying to push an all digital reality. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's an interesting future. Yeah. If we end up having like lots and lots of viri that are running loose on the planet, and we all have to stay in our life-sustaining cocoon bubble type houses and never can leave, then yeah, we're all going to be
Ray Player One.
We're going to be tapped into our digital environment pretty heavily, I think. But
Get in the pod, eat the bugs.
Yeah. That's a future I don't want.
Or Tron.
Wow, you've had songs that she's written turned into NFTs without you. Wow. Wow. Okay. So like people could like steal my artwork and stuff and just sell it off, and I would never be able to have access to it again.
Right.
Wow. That sucks, man. And yeah, intellectual. Yeah, I see why this is a problem now.
It's a bit of an Edison.
Yeah, it's a good. Yeah, I like that.
Well, companies do that intellectual theft stuff all the time. When you work
True.
for a big enough corporation, your thoughts belong to them, and you can't. I mean, you can't even patent stuff without it going straight to them. I know I worked for IBM for years, and the patents we made are owned by IBM.
Oh, I didn't know that. You're more interesting than I thought you were. No, you've always.
I
you've
only
always
have
been more
one.
interesting.
I've worked on a couple, but there was only one that I was really a part of. The other ones I just kind of hashed ideas off the guys.
More involved in.
Yeah.
I thought kind of in your area, what is it like? What HP was pretty strong, and I know that they were providing what was it? Those pads to the schools and stuff like that.
That's Dell. Dell's down here.
Oh, okay. Dell's over there. Okay, so it's the Dell.
Or
Yeah.
what is it, Lenovo now, or whatever it is? It's Dell.
Dell Lenovo. Wow.
I mean, IBM used to have a bigger footprint here, but they've consolidated a lot of their buildings and labs and stuff.
Yeah.
We had one that we tore down that was really cool. That the basement had a whole bunch of old reels and just like backups from like the 40s in the basement. Oh, it was so awesome. It's like walking into a time machine.
Lasso, I don't know what happens if you watermark it. I mean, I would think they would have some way to get around it, or maybe they would just be dicks and just
Crop it out.
Yeah, crop it out or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that people can do that. Like for me, who's an editor, and if you see people with things with watermarks, there's always ways to get rid of them. That's an unfortunate thing.
Takes some magistry to pull it off.
Wow. Well, this will be something to keep an eye on in the future. But yeah, it looks like the future of D&D Wizards of the Coast is going to be more and more digital. I don't think physical
we've known
media
that was coming for a while.
Yeah, I don't think physical media will ever be completely taken out of the equation. I think books will still be a thing for a lot of people, but
yeah.
I think you're going to see things moving more towards that print-on-demand format. I mean, we've seen it with, Drive-Thru RPG and all their various other services that do that.
Right.
I think that might be a good... Well, I don't know how good that'd be for collectors in the long run, but I think it's probably the best route to go for, say, comics, which I think is a bit of an unpopular opinion.
Well, okay. It is and it isn't. And I'll tell you why, just from a marketing perspective. Let's say you have an option to get a print-on-demand product. Okay. Usually that includes a PDF of whatever it is you want. So you can immediately look at the PDF if you want to read it. But to print on demand, unless you can do it instantly, it's going to require a printer to take it and print it out, and it could be a couple of weeks before you get it.
Yeah.
Versus if you have an actual physical item sitting on the shelf, ready to pick up and read, the market suggests, that people are more likely to impulse buy than they are to forego their gratitude, or not gratitude, whatever you call it, their need to have it, whatever you call it.
The FOMO.
Yeah, the FOMO. I don't know. But they'll want to get it immediately rather than wait 2 weeks to get it.
I'm currently looking at about 4 to 6 weeks on 2 books I just ordered from Drive-Thru.
Oh, I've got a shitload of Shadow of the Demon Lord and Pundits books that I'm champing at the bit for them to come here, but I'm still waiting for them to get printed and shipped to me.
Nice.
Yeah. FOMO, fear of missing out. Yeah, that's it. There you go. And honestly, if those books had been available on a shelf in front of me versus waiting for print on demand, I hate to say it, I'm probably one of those assholes who would have shelled out the little extra money, including the taxes, to get it.
Well, I'm even talking to the extent of like, just kind of
Barnwell has a point.
I was gonna say to the backlog, where it's something has been around for a while, but like I'm all in favor of having stuff, putting things out there now, but for backlog stuff to print back issues and stuff, which is it's detrimental to the collector side of things. I know this. But I just it seems like that. I think that's probably a good way to go. Well, especially for the IP holder.
And Bargle makes a good point. After the whole Wizards of the Coast updating website content as errata thing, I'm never buying online content again. It's all PDFs and books from here on out. Yeah, that's a lot of the way I feel about that too. Now, it's true, when you buy content from like Drive-Thru RPG, they do send you notification that, hey, your PDF has been updated. And at that point, it's up to you. Are you going to download the new thing or not? If you don't want the new thing, or if you don't want the errated thing, you better take the PDF that you've got and make sure that shit's backed up real, real good, because you'll never get it in that format again. Other than that, you're going to have to buy a book, because that's the only way to do it. Obviously,
I have hard drives for redundancies.
Yeah, I do too, but hard drives crater, clouds stop working, things like that. That's the problem. Digital media is unreliable at best, even in its best form. Physical media is still going to trump that any day of the year. That is why I buy Blu-ray instead of buying digital copies of movies, because at any point, a company can reserve the right to take that digital movie out of circulation, and you lost your money on it, and you're just fucked. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Yep. Well, that's true. I always buy Blu-rays and stuff myself. And if the movies or TV shows or whatever is not on Blu-ray, I'm just gonna look for a DVD of it if it only exists on DVD. I like the physical media much more.
And
suddenly
I also
one day you don't, and the good thing with it too, suddenly you don't have internet one day, right? And it's like and just pop in a Blu-ray or a DVD and just enjoy myself.
Yeah, and the other thing too, and I mean, physical media is always going to retain its worth as long as it's in decent condition. I mean,
I just went today and sold a bunch of Star Wars comics. I got about $100 for that. So even like the modern Disney, Marvel, Star Wars comics retain some value.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as there's somebody out there who wants it, it will always have value. Whereas digital stuff also has another problem too, in that it can always be put up on the high seas for everybody's enjoyment.
And also, depending on kind of where you get it from, you may not have full ownership of that digital product.
Yeah, that's what Barn was saying with the Wizards of the Coast thing.
Yeah, and that can be same for just buying, because it's like because I have an Xbox One, I have a PS4, and I have a PS3. I have so many games on that hard drive, but do I actually have full ownership of them? No, that's the question.
Yeah,
they allow me to be able to play with it anytime I want. The same thing goes for Steam. Same thing goes for other digital outlets and such, like GOG and such.
Yeah, I have not bought a physical game since Fallout New Vegas. That was the last physical copy of a game I ever bought. Everything else has been digital download. And I've mostly been happy with it, except in one particular case. And that is a game called Stellaris, which is a fantastic game. But I really was enjoying it. I was getting into it. And then at some point, they introduced a new patch, which changed up a few things on how the game worked and added some more bells and whistles, and unfortunately made the game a lot more complex and complicated, and it kind of stopped being fun. But
right, and then kind of to add on to that is that digital goods, they have a very strict and I'm not saying all, but most have a very strict return policy. Like, I know for Steam, it's like like 5 to 8 hours and you can't refund it
Yeah.
afterwards. And same thing, PlayStation, you can't refund any game at all.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part.
God, Wizard Jim, you got 500. I've only got 62, so yeah, you're smoking me.
That's because the video game industry definitely wants to get rid of the aftermarket.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it needs the aftermarket because that was very important. That's what was able to get it booming back during the early GameStop days.
Yeah, indeed. And as Kit points out, yeah, we're being trained to accept the idea of permanently renting IP and creative media.
Exactly.
And maybe that's why they don't market to us older guys anymore, because maybe we know that and it's too ingrained into us to buy physical media. Maybe they think that the more and more of that they can remove and get rid of, the younger people will have to accept that digital is the only way to go. And
a big problem too, like with having everything digital, is that they can always change stuff in movies or books or whatever too. And that is also really annoying. Like if you think about Disney Plus and everything they have, censored or changed in certain movies.
Yes.
Well, that goes back to Lucas. The whole changing movies.
Yes.
Because can you find the original theatrical cuts of Star Wars on DVD anymore?
No, not on DVD. There are still some VHS copies out there, but I'm sure they go for quite a bit.
I mean, I have them on DVD, but they're not remastered.
You can find them. You can find them kind of on DVDs in a way, but then you have to go to the editor community that I am a part of, and then you can find people that have taken the original thing and put it on a DVD disc.
Yeah,
and
like
stuff
what is
that.
it? The demastered editions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's
in
4K
a way,
77.
Yeah. And I'm a big part of that world. So.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
You can find everything. I have found a lot of.
Oh yeah, you could find
stuff.
it. But it used to be pretty easy.
See here, boys and girls, look at what happened. I threw out a topic, and we went from one place, and we went to a whole other place with it. And that's one of the reasons why I try not to keep strict format guidelines on the shit that we talk about.
And why you shouldn't.
And why I shouldn't. Because it made for a much more interesting conversation, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And low-spec Linux laptops, 4K 77. Yeah, there you go. I love this dude, low-spec Linux laptop. I need to get him on the show sometime because he is super cool. I admire that dude so much. I know he probably's like, what? Me? And I'm like, yeah, you.
Me?
All right. Well, other things we've got to talk about this week. The digital dark age is coming. Yeah, I hope not. But probably.
Yeah, unfortunately. No, but I
hope I'm
want
not
to
around to
ask
see it.
if we can do a little promo for Cut the Creep, because he asked me for it, kind of. So, and we are allowed to show his song, if that's okay. There's no copyright or anything. It's one of his songs that he made, and it's only him with no companies or anything. I have done this multiple times, and it is okay. You don't get any copyrights on them or anything.
Okay.
Yeah, the song is in Norwegian, of course, but the song is about, having fun. It's the weekend and stuff like that. And he has this cool personality online. He is kind of this person in real life, too. He always have humor in his songs and shit like that.
Okay.
But only if it's okay for you, of course, and everyone here who's interested, of course.
Does the panel object?
Mm-hmm.
Throw it down. Let's do this.
Throw it down.
Right. Yeah. Post up, dude.
There we go. So this song is called The Weekend in English. So this is a good friend. This is the biggest YouTuber in Norway and a really close good friend of mine.
Når månen har
I
gått
hope you guys have
opp,
sound.
og flagget er på topp.
We got sound.
Når sola har gått ned, så danses det et sted. Du vet du har tid, når alle har fri. For nå er det fredag, du vet hva som skjer da. I kveld er det fest, så ta med en gjest. For livet det smiler, du kjenner det kiler. Når månen har gått opp, og flagget er på topp. Når sola har gått ned, så danses det et sted. Når månen har gått opp, og flagget er på topp. Når sola
Yo, this song's fire.
har sted et sted.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. He's the biggest
joined in, a
Norwegian
good time.
YouTuber.
and look who just showed up.
Oh, and
That's
Ash is
Steam.
here.
Wow, thanks for that, Squeaker.
A wild Ash has appeared.
How's it going, guys?
Pretty well, man.
Pretty good.
He's gonna be busy. That's what the t-shirt is like.
Når månen har gått opp, og flagget er på topp. Når sola har gått ned, så danses det et sted. Og flagget er på topp.
So this is Norway, huh?
Yeah, this is Norway.
Når sola har gått ned,
Oslo and stuff.
danses det et sted.
When are you gonna fucking invite me?
I think Norwegian music, and my brain instantly goes to like death metal and black metal. I don't know what this is.
That's true.
Same here.
It's awesome.
I'm confused. There's no boarded up buildings.
Where's the dark face paint in the forest
Where's
and
the, yeah, the
shit?
corpse paint and like the fonts that no one fucking understands. Where's all
The
that?
Juggalos. Oh my God, that was the best thing ever. Norwegian Juggalos.
So just black metal musicians.
Når sola har gått ned, så danses det et sted. Når månen har gått opp, og flagget er på topp. Når sola har gått ned,
He's a really
så
fun
danses
guy.
det et sted. Når månen har gått opp, og flagget er på topp. Når sola har gått ned, så danses det et sted.
Hey, tabletop junkie.
Hail, man.
Norway has stretch limos. Yeah, apparently.
So yeah.
Wow.
That was a
What
good
is
friend
this
of
just got
mine.
here? Oh, tabletop. Jace is introducing us to a friend of his who is a Norwegian singer.
Biggest. He is the biggest Norwegian YouTuber. He does a lot of gameplays. That's normally what he does. But he also makes music and stuff like that. He is gonna come out with 2 new songs this year, and one of them are both those songs are gonna be copyrighted, so that we can never show them on our channels. But one of the songs is called Diamond. It's also in Norwegian, but it's a serious song about a relationship and the struggle with relationships and all that kind of sorts of stuff.
Okay. So I don't really believe that's true Norwegian music. Okay, so this is what I'm used to right here.
I know what you're used to.
Dimmu Borgir or enslaved or enthroned.
I'll tell you.
It's copyright free, right? Okay.
Right, stop it's not a metalhead like me and you.
So, fun fact, Norwegians don't. That's what Norwegian faces normally look like. They put makeup on the high hat.
Recent representation.
Oh my god.
That's what I'm
But
used to.
Yeah, but we have different sides in Norway. It's not just black metal or death metal and stuff like that. It's always different.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, it's
I
like
should know that.
it's like all the other flavors of metal.
All the other flavor, yes, death metal, black metal, symphonic metal, funeral metal, doom metal, funeral doom metal, black doom funeral metal,
Doom metal,
speed
All the
metal.
varieties of music there.
Yeah,
What
so
about
many varieties.
historian metal?
There is actually I think there is also like Eastern metal and stuff like that too. But we have Ash here all of a sudden, so
I got Benza. I want to ride it. Ride it. I got Benza. Yes. Ride it. Ride it. I got Benza. I want to ride it. Ride it. I got Benza. Yes.
Din, 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 din. Like a panther. Din,
Oh
din.
my
Like a
God,
panda.
shut the fuck up.
Nightmare.
Shut the fuck up and that fucking shit.
we kidnap Var. Make him watch. No. I'm not that ballsy. The man killed somebody. I'm not even gonna try. He's the same age as I am, but he looks older than me. So, prison must have been pretty hard on him. But, anyway, tried to go when I was a metal bar in Norway, but it was closed. I can't imagine that. He got to the bar, it was closed. It was kind of like, no, I'm sorry. We're not partying today. Go away now. Norwegians, Einstein the fart, half done sunblind. Jesus. Pause so I can share a song with the Swedish speaking wife and see how much she can. Oh no. That's kind of a nice lead into okay, I have not seen this final episode of Book of Boba Fett, so please don't ruin it for me.
It was so good. Oh my god.
Jace?
Oh my gosh, yes, it was amazing.
Jace, no.
The last episode can go and suck a big fat cock. It was so fucking trash. It was not fucking good at all.
No, really, Jace, tell us how you feel about it.
I love how Ash was like, it's
a waste of
Oh my
fucking
god,
time.
Jace,
That's how
stop
I
being such a
feel.
fucking hater. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Chase. You're just a hater.
I'm
not a hater, I'm a masturbator.
Oh, okay.
So to kind of split them down the middle, this last episode was about what I expected for what they were gonna do with the episode. So
it's the stupidest fight ever. Jesus fucking Christ.
It was
stupid.
I did see
so
Critical
fucking
Drinkers
stupid.
review, so.
Okay,
And that
granted,
fucking
there were
spin,
stupid moments
that fucking
in it.
spin. Like what the
That
fuck?
was
Oh yeah,
there was
Everybody's
stupid moments.
fucking
spin.
falling
Also-
down,
I was
and they
like,
still
damn, that
continue
brother-
shooting him. Like what the fuck?
I was like, that brother's pulling his best Lord Callus interpretation.
Oh my
Wasn't it
gosh.
Robert
you know,
Rodriguez?
Yeah, it was Robert Rodriguez.
So you get Robert Rodriguez and you don't expect stylized action?
Oh, I do. That's
Yeah,
one of
that's
the
the
reasons
thing.
I like it, so, That and, it had Danny Trejo in it. Come on now, Danny Trejo's in the Star Wars universe.
You get Robert Rodriguez, you're going to get Danny Trejo.
Yes.
He probably snuck Cheech Marin in there too somewhere.
Yeah, I was gonna say you respect.
I
the
wonder
Star Wars
about that.
version.
hey man, who do you think was in the Wookiee suit?
Shit, Cheech ain't that tall.
You respect the Star
Cheech ain't
Wars
tall at all.
version.
He
You
probably
respect
played
the
an
Star
Ewok.
Wars- You're expecting
And
the
we
Star
also
Wars
know,
version
like,
of Machete.
And we also know, the Mandalorian and Boba Fett is like canon to the sequels. No fucking shit to everybody who's been like, oh, gonna be a race, John Favreau and Dave Filoni's gonna save Star Wars. No fucking way. They're not gonna save it. They just ruin it more and more and more. So shut
I know.
the fuck up.
I've been listening to Stig Kenobi all week, so I love that dude too. He's another Norwegian. We got to get him on here sometime. But
Yeah, he's a really fun guy. He's
he's a cool guy.
At this point,
I
I think
think
3 Norwegians is too many.
Me,
That's what I keep saying too. We get
me, Stig, and Raging Rhino. We all are on the fucking same page of this fucking show and everything.
But he's not
that Disney's
Norwegian.
doing. No, he's not. So what?
so
We need more Norwegians.
Yes, we need more Norwegians. We need to get Jace. We need to get Stig. We need to get Andre, and then maybe we can invite, Memnock, and if
This
Memnock
weekend
brings
Norway.
somebody, yeah,
Get Claw while you're at it.
Yeah,
Live from
that-
Norway.
yeah, Claw. Then we can all go and invade England, and knock off knock off
Everyone get in
Linda's
their
farm.
longboats.
At the end of the stream.
Why'd you need to invade England? You already threw our tea in the harbour. We get the point.
No, that's America.
Because our harbor isn't enough. We have to threaten your harbors now.
We have to go fuck your harbor up too. Actually,
Okay.
I haven't seen the Thames, but I've heard it's a mess.
Oh yeah.
It's not. Yeah, I've been to. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's a mess.
It's a mess. That's just the point. We lost all of our tea in the harbor, so we need to come back and get more and steal it.
I'm just remembering the photos people will take when they're in Boston, and it's those photos where tourists go to Boston just to pour tea in the harbor.
Do they make people? Do people actually do that?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
my
shit!
God. We should do a stream
Uh-oh.
in Boston where all you guys are just buying tea and pouring it into the harbour, and I'm just standing there shaking my head in disbelief.
I was thinking you get Thomas. You get Thomas Gilkey.
Poor guy.
Junkie, we gotta get some tabletop in again.
Yeah, we do.
Fuck to everybody who likes the last episode. Good for all of you, but it was fucking
You can go
trash.
suck a dick.
Yeah, you all can go suck a big fat cock.
Oh gosh, come on now! Don't be hating people for what they like. That's just not right.
You bigoted hater!
You bigoted hater! You're an esthenophobe.
I've heard it all before. I've heard everything from hillbilly, white trash, white supremacy, whatever. You know, I've heard the whole thing.
Wait.
I've heard the whole thing.
Is there hillbilly Norwegian white trash?
Yes, it is. A lot of us are country people.
Wherever Varg is from.
I am a hillbilly, basically. I grew up as a hillbilly, basically. So
Just the wrong time. Turn the volume back. We had Jace on the show. What did you expect, Brightus? We started talking about Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you guys are the ones who want to talk about it, so you know how I'm gonna react on this fucking bullshit show that we don't need.
True. Well, the nice thing is it's over now, so we don't have to worry about that. We can move on to something else you can hate,
It's
like
over.
the
It's
new
over.
Lord of the
Is that what you're
Rings.
Yeah, but that's also a fucking waste of time and fucking disrespectful to Tolkien.
That would be the one, yes.
Apparently, Jace gets more fired up over Tolkien.
So does Stig.
A lot of people really fired up this week.
It's gonna be based. It's gonna be Lord of the Rings. Of course, I am.
But it's fine because we've got the Dorito Queen.
The Dorito Queen, yes.
Oh God.
Oh gosh.
People complained that she didn't have a beard. I was like, wait a minute.
Well, okay,
she's
I
a
think.
dwarf.
Yeah, well, people have pointed out that she does have like a little bit of dark patch under her chin, so it looks kind of like a beard, kind of.
She has a little bit. She has a little bit of small hair on her face. Yeah.
Yeah.
She does. But it still doesn't fit. It is. We know it's gonna be trash. We know what they're gonna focusing on. They even have said it in interviews, basically, and all that kind of crap. So.
Well, okay. My thing is, all right. Grim, what are you doing in the audience? You need to get on the panel.
Get in here.
We're talking about the shit that matters to you.
Not here,
See,
man.
here's the thing.
Get in here, Grim.
He heard us talking about
traitor,
throwing tea in
man.
the
You
harbors.
fucking traitor.
I am.
Traitor, how dare you?
Wow, Jace.
How dare
That's
you.
harsh. How dare you?
How dare you?
I am the farthest thing from a Tolkien fan.
You're excused.
But what they're
Fine.
doing with this show, they're saying they're going to tell a story that Tolkien would never tell. Even I know Tolkien was obsessive about Middle Earth.
Yes.
If there was a story worth telling in Middle Earth, he at least started it.
Yep.
Grim has breached containment.
I need a siren to go off now.
It makes sense now.
I don't even have one for it.
Brad, I was actually being serious there.
The
so
Grim
you
alert.
could shut up.
Hey, don't
this
talk
is-
to Brad like that.
This is
I will
as
talk
close
to
as I
Brad
can.
Brad
however
is a
I
hero.
please.
This is as close as I can get to a siren on this show.
I was thinking
that was
more something
awesome.
along the lines of like the Purge siren.
Oh no, that would be too serious. This is not that kind of a show.
Aw.
Besides, we all know the Purge is political, and I don't want to do that.
Like the things that always bother me about those movies is the other stories you could tell. I want the story about the drug kingpin who on the night of the Purge is like got a souped up like Mad Max big rig with turrets on the sides, trying to run drugs across country as far as he can to like some safe house.
There you
Where's
go.
that story?
That sounds badass.
Yeah, that
And
sounds
then like
badass.
he's got like traps and all kinds of stuff around it. So like when he's driving down the road, there's like big old spare axles falling off the back of the truck, just covered in spikes and nails, just to fuck with anyone who's gonna try chase after him and try to get all the drugs. Like, where is this movie?
So basically, a
Mad Max.
armored
He wants
truck
Mad Max.
filled with drugs
Yes.
with Bond car level gadgets.
And the guy on the top with the
They don't have to be
flamethrower guitar
high-tech.
from Fury Road.
Oil
It's like,
slick,
come on,
go.
seriously, it's like of all the stories they could do with those movies, like The Purge, like, oh, all crime is legal. So it's like, yeah, we're gonna tell this story about like some people hiding out in a little house somewhere. It's like, what about all the crazy shit you could do? I mean, murder is legal, but like, what about all the drugs? What about all the other terrible, awful things people?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, you can kill
Why
all
would,
that.
honestly, if you have to move a large amount of drugs, why would you take the risk of moving it on the night where everything is legal?
Yeah.
That'd be the easiest.
Oh, look,
Everybody
that
down
guy's
the
just
street
walking down the
shooting
street with a
stuff.
rocket launcher because it's legal tonight. I have a truck with cocaine.
To be fair, in this,
Had some good time.
I was gonna say, to be fair, in this climate, everything will be legal except for R word and the P word. And
Oh yeah, I can't say
What word,
those two
retard?
words. That would be the one. Yeah. Yeah.
No, the other
Yeah.
R word. Every
Oh.
crime is legal except that.
Oh.
No, but
I
this,
don't
this
like
show
the
is
R
gonna
word
be
for
trash.
personal reasons, but that's only because I work in special education.
Yeah. I'm not a fan
that
of it either.
R word. The other,
Same.
it rhymes with grape.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Never
that.
mind. Yeah. Don't say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't say that. Yeah. That'll
but-
get me
It's
yanked.
like this. One of the exclusive producers in this Lord of the Rings show, she also explained that. Explained in a puff piece of Vanity Fair. The show
Yes, Grim Jim
altered-
Rigger.
The show altered and race swapped multiple characters in order to reflect what the world actually looks like.
Oh my fucking god.
You already
Well-
hear what they are saying in the interviews and everything, what they're saying, and you know
Well-
what they are gonna do.
Well, okay.
And you know
my
what?
thing.
The fans are going to be at fault because they're going to be the idiots to watch this because they have to hate watch it and talk about it on their fucking YouTube channel. And then the Amazon won't care because they're getting views. This is just going to continue.
It's an
True.
endless cycle.
Also
Also
apparently-
true.
Stop giving this shit the light of day.
But we have to bitch about it.
Yeah, that's the problem. You have to do this. No, you don't.
Yeah,
Ignore
you
it, let
have
it
to
wither
talk
and die
about
on the
it,
vine, and they'll realize, oh, we lost money on this $10 million an episode show. We shouldn't do this anymore.
Well, okay. Here's the truth.
How
I'm
many
going to
times
watch
do you
it.
have to
What-
watch this?
I've got to watch it at least once. I've got to watch it at least once.
And you're going to
Just-
talk about it, and
I will-
they
I will
don't
go-
care if it's good or bad, people talking about it. They just care that people are talking about it, and there's engagement online about it. It's going to continue.
This is also
Endless
true.
cycle. It's a continuous cycle.
This is also true. Yes, you are correct.
They hate you, and they just shovel this down your throat, and you go, give me more. I need to bitch. They don't
Negative press
apparently-
is still free press.
have to hit their
Apparently-
wallets.
So apparently,
Yes.
There's no-
the two
you know,
showrunners on
there's-
this are apparently have no credits whatsoever.
No, they're
Wow.
brand new showrunners.
Oh God, this is gonna go over well.
Also, the big problem is that they want to base a lot of the characters on our real world and how the real world are now with
And
characters.
that is the fatal flaw in any property whatsoever.
Yep.
Because you miss the fundamental point of escapism, of fiction.
Yep.
You'll also
and
know
that's-
they waited until Christopher died to pull this shit.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay, well, I'm only going to say one thing, and it's not actually going to be related. Well, it's not going to be using anything from the show. So here's a little bit of something to take away from that. Let me get it posted up right here. Just share screen. I always feel like I'm old when I'm doing this.
You are old.
But we
I
all
am.
can expect a
Okay.
PG
This-
13.
Yeah, this is
of Thrones.
Norda. This is Norda, played by Kristen Wilson from the 2000 Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No. This is a way better looking elf, and she's a black elf from 2000, and she looks better than the one that they've got in the upcoming show. Not only that, but she actually has boob armor, which makes her look feminine, unlike Galadriel and her flat
Yep.
chest. So,
Oh no,
This is-
boob armor.
yeah,
Someone
yeah.
tell Anita.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the other part of that too is like, okay, if we're gonna go into total nerd rage, somebody's typing furiously.
Sorry.
But if we're gonna go into total nerd rage about that, okay, we were looking at the Galadriel armor and how flat it is, and no, I'm not gonna post any pictures of it and give them some more hype. But they didn't have plate armor. Tolkien has never had anything pretty much beyond mail hauberks and chain and that sort of stuff. And the deal is, the elves of the time period would have had the highest form of armor they would have been like mithril chain. But the problem is, if you deck Galadriel out in a mithril chain armored suit, obviously chainmail kind of conforms to the body to some degree, so it would have been like kind of obvious that she was a girl. And they couldn't have any kind of that sexuality showing because that would be problematic.
Well, it's not sexuality. It's feminine traits. It's this age-old problem that I've always had, and many people always had, is
I would hear none of this elven nonsense.
Eliminating the concept of femininity, or they think femininity is weak. Femininity is oppressive. And
do they?
That's what it is.
Does she have to have boob armor? Because I personally think her
does she have to be in
looks
armor?
badass.
Was Galadriel a warrior?
No, I'm not critiquing. I'm not saying like it's just that's the mindset of what T-shirt was explaining is this just eliminating this concept of femininity. It's just that you know we hate people.
Grimm's got a point there.
Grimm has a point. Yes. Squeaka, I don't know. You're the only female on the panel right now, so I got to ask how you feel about having.
Did you just assume all our genders?
No, but I happen to know for sure that Squeaka is a female. I know your gender. Don't go there with me, woman.
What if I identify as male?
Then you're a man with very feminine
this
proportions.
ruins all my fan fictions.
You started a bunch of fan fictions here, Squeaka. I'm just saying.
We're gonna start this fight. No, we're not.
Let's rumble.
I was gonna say Squeaka's a trap.
Oh, you said the trap word. We're gonna have.
Fuck them.
Oh,
it's a trap.
I've seen enough animes and read a lot of manga, so we know where that's gonna happen. Yeah.
By the way, Mac, I want you to do some Fuda picks for me, but
Oh my god.
Fuck you.
I haven't heard that pays more.
Okay, but seriously, getting back to the question. Okay, Squeaka. Okay, I got to get this from the feminine perspective. Okay, what do we think of women actually having, being able to show off that they're women on screen? I mean, do we have to have them all covered up and armored like men and looking like men and males? Is that actually what y'all want these days, or?
It depends. Are you going for aesthetically pleasing? Or are you going for, I want to be accurate to history and the purpose that armor is supposed to serve?
Well,
how stylized do you want to go?
Yeah.
It's aesthetically pleasing. Yes, you just like in animes, you're going to have these outlandish shirt-looking things that are going to have like pockets. There's no other word for them to place your breasts in.
Red Sonja.
Cups.
They're not even. They're really pockets. They're not even cups. I mean, let's be honest. But for true armor and historically speaking, yes, the female form has a rounded chest, and the armor itself was rounded and dome shaped, just like it would be, wider at the hips, or it would be made to fit the female form. But would it have these separate breast pockets? No, it would be one domed shape.
Right, it would be one domed shape.
So it depends. Which way are you trying to go? Who are you trying to please?
Which way, Western man?
Well, at the very least, the armor that Galadriel wears in the pictures is like surfboard strapped to the chest.
But again, does it matter?
Well, does it?
You can still tell from the images that she looks feminine and female.
Only because she had her head uncovered. with her golden hair spilling out. If she had a helmet on,
And if she had a helmet on,
She's not going to have a helmet on because you need to be able to recognize her.
exactly. But
And that may be a point too. Just like in some military services, you can't recognize like a regular private from a captain. They may not want your female soldiers recognized.
Right.
So
maybe. Okay. I mean, yeah, if she's going to be wearing armor to conform to the rest of all the other soldiers and stuff like that and be fighting out in the rank and file, but I kind of doubt it because she's supposed to be like the Lady of Lothlorien, wife of Celeborn and all this other shit, and it's kind of like...
and I don't say this as a female form hater. Let me just clear. I'm bi, so I appreciate well-formed, like, breast pockets on armor too. I'm in it for both sides. It just depends on what front they're supposed to be going for. If they're going for a more historical standpoint, then her armor's fine. If they're going for an aesthetic standpoint, then no, her armor's shit.
I guess from the point where I'm coming from and what I was explaining earlier is that it's just the concept of femininity is that if you don't want to show it, it's fine. You want to show it, so it's fine. It's up to you. But where I'm coming from is, don't go around basically demonizing the concept of femininity and acting like you stand up for it. It's the mindset, I guess.
Yeah.
It's that mindset perspective.
I like unicorns. Oh, I like unicorns. Okay, I'm good with that. Yeah. I will point out something else too. Okay, these are supposed to be elves who use mithril, which is a metal that is stronger than steel and lighter.
Maybe Yoda has now too, basically.
Yeah,
well, that's right. Yeah.
But that's not the point. Okay, I mean, we even saw it in the Lord of the Rings movies where a troll couldn't even stab through that shit. This being the case, all right, we already know that elf craftsmanship is supposed to be of extremely high quality. And one of the reasons in medieval Europe that they went to, steel construction on their plate armor and all that kind of stuff was because it held up better, but it was also lighter and could be shaped to where it conformed to the body more properly on the guys who wore it. I mean, guys were doing backflips and shit in that stuff. And, it looks weaker because it's lighter than, like, say, iron armor. But, the truth is, steel armor can't be penetrated as easily as, like, a slab of iron. I mean, yeah, you could wear a slab of iron, but it could get broken, breached, etc. It's prone to rusting. Steel will resist a lot of that stuff. It's lighter, it's easier to wear, etc. So now we're looking at elves. Elves have mithril, which is so light, it's like basically wearing, like, a comfortable sweater type thing if you're wearing chainmail.
Not even that. It's like a t-shirt.
Yeah, like a t-shirt.
Nothing at all.
Like wearing nothing at all. Yeah, exactly. So
sexy Flanders.
So again in that image, you have a woman who's wearing this really heavily reinforced, heavy-duty breastplate, which is completely flat, by the way, like surfboard flat, like I'm talking, and you wouldn't need that if you're an elven craftsman. You could make a lighter, thinner breastplate that would still have the same tensile strength of a full piece of armor. So,
but would it still be okay if it's flat?
If it were, I guess. I mean, but the thing is, but if you look at it in the picture, it looks like it's very built up in the chest area to where it's like several layers of thickness for no apparent reason.
You have to do that. When I played football, I wore extra pads under my shoulder pads just because, I mean, if you get smacked in the breasts, it hurts.
Well, of course.
So yes, I had more padding, so to speak, than my male counterparts, just because it is more painful. There is different types of tissue there.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But like
biology.
But like biggest points out, better body contours make movement easier. Yes. Snorter
Not
poop is plate.
necessarily.
No, necessarily. If
my chest is flat
and
I have one plane that I have to deal with, I've done archery. If I have one plane to deal with and not have to maneuver around these poking out boobs,
Uh-huh.
it's way easier.
That's why
contouring
female
around
archers in ancient times would take out one breast.
Like, yeah, I thought about it several times.
Okay, now I understand, actually.
But I'm gonna say the only positive thing I've seen with the pictures is Prince Dorin the Fourth. He's the only character that actually looks like a Lord of the Rings character. Everybody else does not look like a Lord of the Rings character at all. And
They
their
don't.
suits everything, it looks trash. Like
They look cosplay.
they look really cosplay.
And from what I understand, they're not even getting the characters right. Like, they're turning Elrond into a... How did they put it?
Hey, Indigo.
They're making him a... Fuck.
They're making him
An
a
opportunistic political player?
Yeah,
An opportunistic.
Like the man who lived in a village that nobody could find for thousands of years. They're making him want to be like, the power behind the throne.
Yeah, so, and I guess that I can see where other people have the issue with is that, and I just want to preface this, I don't have a dog in this fight, so this is from what I'm observing.
Okay.
That, the rules with is you can't touch the third age, it's off limits. So they're going to be, I won't say purposefully altering, but the things that they may be implementing may be altering the things around it. Just like what I was saying with when it comes to the original trilogy and what we're seeing on Disney Plus and such like that, they can't touch the original trilogy, but they're going to alter stuff around the original trilogy.
Well, okay, Awesome One says that Nerdrotic says that all the characters were new, not based on Lord of the Rings lore.
Okay.
That
Elrond
can't
is in
be
the
true.
show.
Elrond is in the show.
They showed Galadriel.
They're in Lord of the Rings lore, so we know they're there.
I think it's that they chose to the larger cast they went with is not.
Yeah, they purposely took the period of time that had the least amount of stuff written about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they are adding a lot of characters that have never been there before.
Add characters for that period.
Suddenly,
of time.
some characters have sisters and brothers that never existed, and doesn't make sense to the lore at all.
Well, one of the other things to bitch about.
Well, and another thing is that it's and I can see where kind of people's fears is because we may have a potential Last Jedi scenario in that, and the reason I say Last Jedi is a comparison because the Last Jedi did a lot of irreparable damage to the lore.
Yep. Oh yes.
And I think people are definitely right to fear that this Amazon show may do a lot of irreparable or unchangeable damage to the Third Age or to the books and such like that.
But so how much of this goes back to what Kringay said earlier, where they know there's an established hardcore fan base. And they are purposely doing something where they're not going to try to generate revenue based on how amazing it is. They're trying to generate revenue based on how crappy it is that everybody's going to talk about and rewatch just to get their hate on.
Right.
There is that.
Which is why I think that when the show actually does come out, we should make an effort to not talk about it and put it away. So, for example, and I don't know how much you guys are going to like this one, but I was thinking, why not to do a panel to talk about three streams talk about the 3 Dungeons and Dragons movies.
Instead. I could do that. Well, actually, I've only seen 2 of them. I haven't seen that third one.
I've seen all 3 of them, and Jesus Christ,
I haven't seen any of them.
I've seen.
I haven't seen. I'd have to watch them.
The only one I know is the first
on
one
the plus side.
Had Damon Wayne or Marlon Wayans.
And also had Jeremy Irons proving he will do anything for a paycheck.
Yes.
He's in the first 2.
It had Bruce Payne.
Bruce Payne ate that movie up. He
Shooting the scenery.
He totally ate that movie. Bruce Payne is the best reason to watch that movie, aside from Jeremy Irons. Although I have to admit, Marlon Wayans was really funny in that movie.
Snails.
You know. You can't do this.
Oh, and of course, we
from
can't
American
forget.
Beauty.
I do now.
We can't forget, of course, Tom Baker was in it.
Yes, he
I don't know who
was.
Tom Baker is.
You go get off my show.
I am a terrible nerd. We have gone over this. I hate Lord of the Rings. I hate Star Wars. I don't know who Tom Baker is. I don't know why you keep having me here.
Doctor Who.
Why am I here?
He was the fourth Doctor in Doctor Who. He's only the best.
It's British, and I'm not gonna watch it.
And shirt, and the thing is, T-shirt, you make another.
It was nice
you
knowing
just
you.
brought up a great point because look what happened with the 13th Doctor. They completely retconned and did a lot of damage to the entire lore in one single episode with the Thomas children.
Yeah, Indigo, that is true. That is so true.
And that's what people are afraid of, that they're going to do a lot of lore bits that can't be unchanged.
I'm just at this point. I'm just thankful the stuff that did get me into fantasy and science fiction hasn't been touched yet. So
Yet.
I'm just kind of glad. I'm just kind of glad.
Oh, believe me, when they get to like the Belgariad, I'm gonna fucking kill somebody.
Oh,
You better not. Oh my gosh, not the Bulgarian. No.
I know it's coming. I know it's coming,
No.
and
It is
I am
coming.
going to kill somebody.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Tribute.
That or the Dragon
Into
and
the
George that I
Belgariad,
was
I'm
talking about a few days ago. If they touch that, I'll probably kill somebody.
Kringe. Kringe.
Yes. Yes.
Right here.
Like I look at
Read the book.
I will read the book, but
they pretty much just use names in that.
Like I guess another example is like, Netflix is doing this live action adaptation of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I'm gonna throw a fit with if they do a lot of irreparable damage to that specific show.
Wasn't it enough that they made a fucking movie? Isn't that enough?
Yeah. I would have to go back and see. Here's the funny thing. That would see with the Last Jedi and this potential Netflix Avatar show. I have to go back and apologize to M. Night Shyamalan twice, at least twice.
One Piece is still getting its adaptation too.
Oh.
And you idiots are still gonna watch it and bitch.
No, I'm not.
No,
I'm not gonna fucking watch
that.
that.
I don't watch
it was
it,
enough,
so I did for Cowboy Bebop.
It's like all the people who were jumping in my ass whenever I said I felt sorry for them about the Halo series, the franchise, because I heard about that and I was kind of like, you know what? I don't have a dog in this fight. I feel sorry for you, but I'm not gonna watch it, so I don't care. But then I had people saying, but what about the female Spartans? I was like, I don't give a shit. I think Halo's stupid, so you enjoy. Whatever happens to your franchise to make it fail, just remember, I'm with you. I understand how you feel because I watched them fuck up all mine. Yeah. I'm still waiting in some very trepidation, or in a great deal of trepidation about the Conan Netflix show. That one is. You better bet that Andre and I are gonna be on the edge of our seats waiting for that one.
Well, don't forget He-Man.
Oh, fuck that! Fuck that shit!
Fuck that shit, man.
So in order to try to get ahead of things a bit, I went and canceled my Amazon subscription this week. Just like I need to stop using the Prime for my defaults.
There you go, Craig.
On screen.
Because I want you to read the text.
And I responded to that.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Oh, but I'm gonna say
we got a bot. Okay, smashed it.
I'm not gonna watch the live action or One Piece. I'm not gonna watch any more of stuff like that. I've seen enough. I've seen Dragon Ball Evolution, Death Note, and everything.
Dragon Ball Evolution was an amazing film, and you need to hold off on that.
But I am gonna say one thing. I am gonna say one thing.
Dragon Ball I watched.
I'd rather watch Dragon Ball Evolution all over than ever touch the sequels or anything that Dave and Jon Favreau is doing. I would rather watch that movie 100 times more.
Wow.
That's how much I hate the sequels, yada yada, but yeah. But other new live actions, it's enough that J.J. Abrams is gonna destroy one of my favorite anime movies. He's gonna make Your Name one of my favorite anime movies. So just ruining everything.
What's wrong, Ironcaster?
Oh,
I'm just like
J.J. Abrahams.
Well, I still stick with Jar Jar Abrams, but yeah.
Jar Jar.
I'm not gonna call him Jar Jar because I like Jar Jar Binks.
Well, that's true.
No, I mean,
I would never call him Jar Jar.
It was the way he said his last name that got me.
I will say that
I love you, Jace.
somebody said something that was very profound because I laughed about it so much because I thought, yeah, you're right. But okay, I'm an old fuck, and I remember when the prequel Star Wars movies came out, and how disappointed we were with those 3 films.
They're so good. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, be quiet. Let me finish talking.
If you're gonna bitch on that, we are gonna have a big fight, dude.
But I can mute you. Anyway. Okay.
Continue. I'm just fucking with you.
Okay. So I watched those first 3 prequels, and we saw them in the theater. That's how dedicated we were.
Yeah, I remember
despite how bad they were.
1.
Yeah. Oh, I bet you felt bad.
No, actually, from what I remember, I mean, it was a while ago. The hate for Star Wars wasn't initial. No. Like the hate for the prequels wasn't initial with Episode 1.
I
took
remember
a while
it was.
for it to really grow.
It took a while for it to grow, but and I will argue that unlike the sequel trilogy, whatever happened in the prequels, it wasn't like it didn't do that level of damage. It really didn't.
No, it really didn't. Well, it was stupid.
One thing that helped. Yeah, the problem with the prequels was
it didn't do any damage at all. It was just
they had one director. That helps when you're doing a series.
Well, Squeaka, you gotta take off.
Yes, I gotta go. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for coming on the show today. I really do appreciate you and your comments and stuff. I'm glad you were here.
Thanks for having me.
Go make some waffles.
If I finish before y'all are done, I'll pop back.
Okay. You got the link.
Is she making Lego waffles?
Oh,
Lego waffles
again. She's
making Lego waffles.
She's making waffles. You notice that she sounded like Gollum for a second.
Yeah, Brad's got a point there.
Turn on the prequels. Yeah, that's true too.
Episode 1, there was a lot of excitement for it.
There was. I remember all the hype building up for Episode 1. We were excited about it.
Absolutely.
For Christ's sakes, MTV was playing John Williams music videos.
Yeah,
but we did actually hate that after it came out. I mean, everyone I went to go see it with, we were all like, "What the fuck did we just watch?"
Right. I wasn't.
You guys don't. You guys does not. I'm just gonna say you don't understand Star Wars then.
But okay. Here comes my point. I'm building up. I'm building up to a point. Okay, so we watched those first 3 prequels. We hated them. We talked about for years how much we hated them. Then we got to see the Disney shit, and suddenly those prequels didn't look so bad.
Yeah, they ended up people having a better opinion of the prequels or looking back, and I was like, they were bad in some aspects, but they didn't break canon. They didn't destroy canon or destroy canon the way they
there are things from the prequels
did.
I remember.
Yeah, exactly.
Except Episode 2. I know I seen Episode 2. I couldn't tell you anything that happened.
That's so wizard.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing. That's a
where are the iconic moments from the sequel trilogy? Han dying, Luke getting fucking killed. I mean,
blue milk.
Tatooine again.
Yeah,
no, I'm gonna say
you have an entire galaxy to play with. Let's go to the same 4 planets over and over.
And
don't forget, Ironcaster. If you remember that JJ and I think it was JJ and Pablo Hidalgo, they wanted to. There was an argument on having the planet that was blown up by the Starkiller base to be Coruscant, and there was a back and forth argument where they had to make up another planet just so it could be blown up.
Yeah, and even then, once the movie came out, you had people confused who thought it was Coruscant because they failed to even explain what this planet was supposed to be.
Yeah, it was made up.
It's a city planet in Star Wars.
They made it look like it, They made it.
Your mind's instantly going to go to Coruscant.
Yeah, that's what that was probably the point.
Just like with Jakku, it's just like you look at Tatooine.
Yep, it looked just like Tatooine. It's Jakku.
I didn't grow up with the prequels first. I grew up with the original ones before the special effects and stuff because my dad was a big Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
So I always had Star Wars in the background since I was a little kid.
Ash is like 14.
That's true.
I'm 22, genius.
Close enough. Do you want me to give you some more stuff to look up online, Ash?
No, let's not do that. Let's not do that again.
But I am still gonna say that I know people hate. A lot of people doesn't like the prequels as much as me. I have heard that for years. But for me, I love them. I know people complain about the dialogue, and I'm like, dude, I love the dialogue. If it wasn't for that dialogue and how they did it, I would not have liked the movies at all. It is not a sci-fi movie; it's a space opera, and I look at the movies as space opera, and I
Star
like
Wars
it when
was never science fiction.
no, it never
it was
was.
not.
That's why I like the way they are in the
Exactly.
prequels and how they talk and how they talk about stuff and how the lines go out and everything, because it's a space opera. I feel like it's an opera. It's understandable. It is how it should be, and it didn't break much of canon. Maybe some small parts, but that got
maybe
fixed
some
later
small
on
parts,
either
but
way.
nothing too big.
See, here's the thing. Like
The only
the
problem-
prequels
the
were
only-
done by Lucas. If
only
Lucas is
problem-
going
I'm
to do
gonna say one
something,
thing.
it's not going to break canon because
and-
it's
Yeah.
Lucas.
But I have one
here's-
thing. The only thing
Okay.
I complain about in the prequels is one thing I want to complain about, and that is the age difference on Anakin in episode 1 and
Right,
2.
the jump from
That-
1 to 2.
That's the only thing. But everything else I had no problems with.
Well, my complaint with the prequels will always be this. It'll just always be that thing. George Lucas was given too much creative freedom, and he should have
he
had
needs-
somebody
It
like
should have. It's his
He
movie.
needs
It's
someone
his
to
story.
ride herd on him
He should have had
He
a Gary
did.
Kurtz. He should have had like his wife.
because
Martha
look
Lucas
at
to
the
actually
original
bring him
trilogy.
in.
The best of the original trilogy is the one he had the least amount to do with.
Exactly. When,
Yep.
when he needs someone to bring him in, that's where he's absolutely on point. It's just that here he was just given way too much creative freedom.
Okay. Well,
I think it's good that he got a lot of freedom.
I think
Yes,
in some sense it's good because we still had a lot of solid moments in the prequels. Regardless, it's just I'm just saying a lot of the other issues were probably
Thank you,
because
Brett.
Lucas was given so much freedom to work with, and not having somebody just ring him in and say, okay, this isn't going to work. This isn't going to work. Let's try this angle. Let's try this. Let's try that. You know what I mean?
I'm still gonna be on that. That I think it's good that he got most of do mostly things himself, and because he deserves it. It's his story. He's
Right.
the one who created this world, and if it wasn't for him, we would never have had this world.
Exactly.
And people can complain and say whatever they do, but I'm still gonna defend George Lucas there.
But even then, a good writer
because
will have a
not-
good
not-
editor to help keep them in
Well,
check.
that's the thing. He's not
Yes,
a good
he
writer.
was a
either.
really good editor. He's a really great editor. If you watch other movies too, and a lot of people have said that about him. He's a great editor, a really great one. When it comes to the original trilogy, the only complaint I basically have on those movies is the pacing in Return of the Jedi, because I hate the pacing. It's so wish-wash. It's way too random pacing sometimes. But that's it. That's the only complaint I have to those movies. But still, I think it's great that George Lucas got to be more in charge of the prequels, because that's why I love Star Wars, is because of him and the way he wants Star Wars to be. And that's also why I don't mind the special editions, because way like he explained it when he got back to fix them too, is that that's the real versions that he wanted to have. He got more free time to make them. He had more technology to make it how he wanted.
Right.
And that's the way he wanted it to be. And as a perfectionist as myself too, I'm a perfectionist myself, and I totally understand him, and I would have done the same thing. And it's my stories and my movies. I want the movies to be the way I really want them to be. Or
all
shows.
right. Well,
Yeah.
okay. Here's
But
the
then why
point
did
I
he
was
sell
actually
them?
getting to. Wait. Yeah, that's true too. Well, because it was a shitload
A
of
lot
money.
of reasons. A lot of reasons.
Yeah, like
$4 billion.
$4 billion reasons why he
Two
sold
billion
it.
cash,
No,
two
but there
bill
is a
stocks
lot
and
of
discounts.
reasons. If you look through his whole story and everything, there's a lot of reasons, man.
But
And all the
okay,
hate he started to get. There's
Here-
a lot of things.
I want to get to the point I was trying to make. All right, so here's the original point I was trying to make. Okay, so obviously the sequel trilogy ended up making people look at the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy in a different light. So here's where I'm at.
Okay.
This Amazon series is coming out for Lord of the Rings. I know there's a whole bunch of people out there who hate on those 3 Hobbit movies.
The first 3 Hobbit films. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the 3. There's only 3. You know.
Oh, sorry.
There's only 3 Hobbit movies, yeah.
Yeah, there's only
I
3 Hobbit
love
movies.
the
3
Hobbit
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, the Hobbit movies are okay. They're not the worst movies ever.
Well,
They
yes,
have
but
some
you're
flaws here and there, but
It could
Right,
have been
but-
cut down to 1 3-hour movie.
Well, it was
here's-
one book construed it into 3 films.
Yeah, then
Right.
they had to add how much to.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Tari
But here's-
wasn't even in the book. Just
Yeah. Oh, here's the thing. Here's the thing. A lot of people hate those 3 Hobbit movies. A lot of people do. I did not hate them. I have all the extended editions. I love them. Any chance
Same
to
here.
spend more time in Tolkien's world with some cool characters and a fun time, I really enjoyed that. So, if anything, perhaps this Amazon series will be so bad that people will look back at the Hobbit series and go, maybe it wasn't really that bad. It wasn't that. At least it wasn't as bad as that Amazon Prime show.
It seems like that's like the weird trend of like everything nowadays making people then
Go
look
back
back
to the
at
old
the
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Older
Well,
stuff.
but
Okay,
then
here's my
it's-
prediction for the Amazon Lord of the Rings show. It's going to come out. It's going to get attacked by fans. It's going to be called horrible, and then the next day there'll be articles in multiple websites saying, "Well, it wasn't supposed to be good," because that's what they've been doing.
They did that.
They're
with
just
that. They said
redirecting
they-
the hatred to be like, "You're not getting it. You guys are idiots. You need to listen to us."
It's not for you.
No, it's not even
for
that.
you.
They're with Cowboy Bebop. They literally said, "Well, maybe it wasn't supposed to be good." Then why fucking make it?
Exactly.
And that's where the problem lies. It's just
That's when they run out of excuses.
it's
They're
it's
already
this
out of excuses.
It's the absence.
They're
and
down to
I'm-
that. I'm
I'm
sorry.
calling this the absence of quality. The complete absence of quality.
So they're just basically just putting shit out just to use the license.
Putting shit down
Yeah.
to use a license or to push the message.
The message.
What is the fucking message of Lord of the Rings?
Exactly, and
I don't know.
But that's what I'm saying is just say this absence of quality is that people come out for quality shit. People come out like look at good example. No Way Home. No Way Home is complete fan service from start to finish.
And
But
it was
it's
terrible.
But hang on a second. It's fan service in the best possible way. The
By
Force
being
Awakens is just a retelling of A New Hope.
That's
It's
just a fucking
fan service in
retelling.
the worst possible way. It's quality. Quality has to come behind. Quality has to be a factor. It has to be good. You want to come up with good shit, okay? Like and like I that's why I personally don't accept this whole if something isn't woke, that means it's not good. No. Just because something doesn't have this identity politics dribble doesn't
It can
mean it's
still
going
be
to
bad.
be good. It could still be bad.
It can
Look
still
at
be bad.
I'm going to look at it this way to look I see a lot of other properties.
Mm-hmm.
Where's going to be the major problem? The writing. Look at the writing. I'm serious. Look at the writing. Look at the writing. Look at how it's script. Don't blame the actors. Don't blame anything. Look at the writing. Because that's where the real problems, the real culprit is. It's bad writing.
Well, unless the actor is just extremely terrible in that role.
Yeah, that adds... Well,
Yeah.
but it's
bad writing. I know.
Yeah, but when was
I
the
know.
last time something in a genre property was written well?
Well, there was, the Jackson movies.
So 20 years ago.
Yeah. Well, I
feel like
could
Jurassic
count the
World was pretty
Hobbits.
good.
Yorville. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Jurassic
that
World
new
was pretty good.
that new Jurassic film where the dinosaurs are in the snow and shit. I'm kind of like, didn't they die from all that? Because aren't they reptiles?
They're
No,
dinosaurs.
I
They're
looked.
not
I
they're
looked
not
into that.
reptiles.
Yeah, they're
Dinosaurs
not-
were warm-blooded.
Yeah,
They were?
It's not
That's
confirmed.
been
but the general
leading theory
is
since the
they are-
70s T-shirt.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The dinosaurs are actually thought to be warm-blooded.
I do too.
Everyone's like, "Oh, dinosaurs, scales, reptiles, cold-blooded," but no. The general
Hell,
scientific
we're
consensus.
finally getting
is-
feathered dinosaurs in the new one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the feathered ones.
Well, it's...
Well, technically, most dinosaurs were
Well,
feathered,
it's the
but that's
same
a
That's the
argument.
point I was
fish.
making.
It's the same,
Yeah.
it's the same argument that people, and it's the same argument that we always make regarding black characters.
God,
and they
Victor.
well, it's the same argument that a lot of people always make, myself included, regarding black characters and such on making your own, and they want to throw back the excuses that our own characters won't be able to resonate well with audiences just because that's because they're not written well.
See, here's the thing. They try to say that if a black character won't resonate well, you could trace back this entire superhero movie boom to Blade.
Exactly.
Yes.
Just make good shit. That's what it comes down to. Make good shit, because audiences will flock to really good shit. Okay?
Yeah, now they're redoing Blade, and I'm afraid that one's going to suck.
Oh yeah, when it comes to Blade, people have to remember that one of the writers of that movie is
David S. Goyer.
And let's see, I know one of the other writers too was on Watchmen, the TV show.
David S. Goyer.
Writers. I don't remember her name.
No, he's talking about the new Blade.
The new Blade. Yeah,
with Mahershala Ali.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
one of the writers.
He's a good actor for the character.
He is a damn good actor.
But the one of the writers was on and writing
the new Watchmen.
There's no
TV
point
show.
in looking at the writers in any modern stuff.
And she focused on a lot of identity politics, so that is one red flag to the movie.
Well, yeah, and then it's another example is look at the planned CW Gotham Knights.
Yep.
One, it's on
That's
a CW, and two, it's done it's done by the Batwoman writers.
Even Superman and Lois are starting to go to the trasher.
See, this is where I've been
checked
going
out of
and
CW
getting into a
with
lot
the
more
Crisis.
of Japanese, anime obviously, but also I've been getting into some of like the Kamen Rider and Ultraman shows, the Super Sentai stuff, because that's effectively what you would get out of something like a show like The Flash or Supergirl or any of those. It's like I'm basically getting what I want out of this, and there are dozens of shows in this that are like 50, 60, 90 episodes long. I have content to watch.
Exactly.
Well, let's try to end on some kind of positivity. We've been going for almost 2 hours now, so
Morbius looks sick.
Yeah, Morbius looks fucking good.
Yeah.
So I'm
Morbius,
excited for
I'm
that.
pretty hyped
It has
for
my
Morbius.
interest.
Yeah, we have Morbius.
I'm hoping
Well,
that
it's
movie
a
will
Marvel
really do
character,
well.
not in the MCU, so it'll probably be better.
Well,
than
it's Sony. It's
It is
a
Sony.
Sony character. And that's something to think about, is that a lot of what what makes No Way Home such a big success is
It's Sony.
It's Sony. It's not
Sony.
really
You
Disney.
can-
It's
when,
Sony.
when you watch the movie,
Sony's
you can
doing the
feel the
work.
Sony vibes in it. You can
Exactly.
see the Sony writing, like
Because
you
they
can see there are
actually
people
want
behind it.
money, not
Because
relying
Sony,
on
because
normie
Sony
bait.
has rights to the characters, so they're
Well,
gonna treat the characters
honestly,
with
the
more
Sony
respect.
movies, the Amazing Spider-Man films, weren't as bad as people make them out to
I
be.
love the Amazing Spider-Man
they were
movies.
great.
I love those movies. I love those movies.
I'm not saying they were good. They weren't as
yes,
bad
I
as
love them.
people make them
No,
out.
Garfield
I'm
is
sorry.
such a
I'm
great
sorry.
fucking actor.
I can't roll with you on that one. Garfield's a solid actor. He damn right is. But that doesn't take away the fact that Amazing Spider-Man 2 is absolute dog shit.
Well, Amazing
here's
Spider-Man
some-
2 was
Spider-Man
just
is
too
dog
bloated.
shit.
Here's some positive stuff to end out the stream with. I think Ironcaster's got some stuff too, but I'm gonna.
And I got something too. So
Okay, good. So yeah, so I found this because Kringe told me about it. I hadn't actually seen this. I just
Never
got
even
it
heard of
today. I had never even heard of it until you. But it's animated. It looks cool. It looks fun. Yes, I'm gonna have to read the book too, but it looks great. And it's got James Earl Jones in it, and it's got
Yeah, he's the
all
evil
these
wizard.
Nice.
other people in it. So this ought to be
isn't that
pretty
the
sweet.
Quest? Oh, I was thinking of the
And
Quest
John
came
Ritter
out.
is the main character.
And John Ritter is the main character. But I've also got this coming in, or this right here. I had not heard about this. I heard about this kind of by accident.
Oh
Is that Night
no!
Animated of the Dead? Night of the Dead.
Yeah,
Animated
it is
Dead.
just the animated. It is the same
Night-
thing, just bad
what's the actual
animation
title?
and fucking trash.
Thanks, Jace. I just got this. We're trying to stay
Fucking
positive.
trash. I'm sorry, but it's fucking trash. It's just
Try
the
to
same
stay
fucking
positive,
movie with
have
bad
Jace
ass
on the
fucking
show, pick one.
animation.
Maybe
no kidding.
maybe T-shirt will like
I've
it.
talked about this on my show a long time ago when this was fucking announced, and we went through the whole fucking trailer, and it's fucking trash.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna watch it anyway because I bought
Yeah,
it.
The animation quality
You
is
just
cool,
ruined the
though.
story there, man. You just gotta ruin it.
Wow. I mean, like, yeah. Talk about like stepping on someone's dick, Jace. Thanks.
Let's all be positive, guys. Jace speaks.
Can't be positive with shit like this, man. The original movie is fucking amazing. But this
Yes, it is.
But this is just a rehash of the same thing, just with an animation that fucking sucks, and it is.
I know that. I knew that when I was buying it, Jace. I knew that when I was buying it, that it was a rehash with animation. But I was curious to see what they were going to do with it. I was curious to see how it was going to be different. I know it's a little bit shorter, but I'm going to stay positive and I'm going to try to watch it anyway. Now,
It's
here's
like
something
if you're having an
That's good
argument,
for you. That's
slap
good for
down
you.
an Uno reverse card, but in this case, you just slap down Jace.
Yeah, no kidding. now, here's something Jace can shit on.
Oh, he'll find a way.
Oh,
Oh,
that is cool, man.
Vader heads fucking shit. Oh my god.
No, I love
I'm just kidding,
he's great.
motherfucker.
Yeah, I just got my Faderhead Years of the Serpent Kickstarter CDs. The actual
that
CDs are
cover.
out in my
That is
car. I'm
amazing,
listening to it. But
That is so cool.
Right now?
yeah, and it's so cool. And I don't think I'm doxing myself because most people know my first name anyway. So yeah, this is
I
so
don't.
cool.
What?
Well, there you
Your
go.
name is T-shirts?
Your first name isn't the?
Yeah, it's not the.
That'll just team.
But I thought that was so cool. Sammy sent that to me,
Nice.
postage wise and everything. Now I'm sure there's like everybody got one, so I'm not thinking, oh, I'm special because he.
I didn't get one.
Okay, well you didn't do the thing for it, but anyway, Mac, let's look at your cool stuff. And
So many people have known I've been really into this whole cyberpunk shit. And that's because of AF Kuro. So
I have
this
a lot
is what
of
I
things I'm
did.
positive about. I have a lot of things that I'm positive about.
This is the one I did. This is the one
That's
I
so
was
believe you.
badass.
blasting through Twitter yesterday, just because this
Ooh.
whole getting this idea of making, just
Wow,
getting this
that
whole
is
idea. I
so
was just-
fucking epic, dude.
yeah, it's
Yeah, that
inspired
is
by
cool.
it's inspired by AF Kuro's art, and it's like motorized robot girls based off of Formula One cars, basically.
hmm
And this
Waifu
is another
races.
one. This is another one, and then there's the one I did earlier from last week. I did as well. So I'm really into this now. I can't stop. And
I got
Um,
ideas for you. I have ideas for you, man. If you want to keep doing stuff in this series, I just don't have money. So
Are you gonna do
But yeah-
any based off Le Mans cars?
that could be awesome. See,
that'd be sweet too.
Go to
Those
old
cars
Group
are-
C era
Well-
stuff.
Well, you know what the next step beyond that is, right? Demolition Derby girls.
Be like
Wouldn't
roller
those
derbies
just
and
be
stuff
like the rednecks?
Yeah, basically. But with, like
So,
with
yeah, I've
pieces
been
coming
really
off of them and stuff.
Yeah, I've been really into this, and it's really definitely invigorating me into drawing so much. So this is going to be by the way, this is going to be the next page on Monday's Maki's sketch diary. Unfortunately, the page I did on Raiden unfortunately kind of broke off, so I have to be very careful when it comes to drawing each and every single page in the sketchbook, and that's what I plan to do.
I need to ask you one day to make a tattoo art for me.
That could be awesome.
I need to just get you to do some art for me, but I'm broke.
And Mackie,
But-
that drawing will be, on my body for the rest of my life.
You're not. I will tell you this, Jace. You're not the first person whose my art has been immortalized as a tattoo. That's all I'm saying. You're not the first.
All right, what you got for us,
I need to
Caster?
make that happen.
So, first off, show a little bit of the painting I've been doing lately.
Ooh.
Is that archers?
That is an archer.
Yeah, I recognize that.
Oh, jeez. Sorry,
Hey, I
my
see 540 there. Oh my god.
Yeah, he's repping you, man.
Hey.
I haven't found anything to stick it to yet, but I have it here by the desk.
Thank you,
Of
man.
course. Like I said, I'm just a little disappointed. The camera's not. Hey, there we go.
That's
Nice.
so cool, dude.
Awesome.
It's coming together. You gonna throw some highlights and some weathering and stuff on them?
It's just kind of learning as I go. I was trying a little bit of of silver brushing into the feet there to kind of show some wear and tear.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's good.
But I kind of like the crisp paint of them. I'm kind of
I need to
Learn
learn
as
to
I go.
do that, man. I need to learn to do that.
Hmm. Well, I
And then
definitely
this one
need to. I definitely need to figure out, when to start doing some painting streams and stuff, and getting that together. In fact, this last week,
actually,
I
have one more thing. I do have
you got one
something
more
open
thing?
up, actually.
I'm sorry.
So this was a comic I backed. I'm not sure which comic it is yet, so we're gonna find out.
Gemini Comic Supply. Oh, that reminds me, I've got one more thing to show you too. What is this?
Okay. This was 3 nights, 4 days.
Oh wow!
About a bunch of knights coming back from the Crusades.
Yeah, sir. That's Micah Curtis's book, ain't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I knew it. That was Micah Curtis. Yep.
I haven't even had a chance to pull. Obviously, I haven't pulled this out of the box yet.
Oh wow!
But let's.
I
Oh,
like
sound.
I like his book Englewood. He did another book I was really into. So
It's got a nice bit of thickness to it.
very well written.
Man, that's good art.
And his artist is I forgot who his name is. He's a part of Honey Badger Radio.
Acevedo? Or Acevedo?
I can't remember. But
And it is
gorgeous art.
so.
Wow.
These knights are going into hell.
So it's a Paladin in Hell, the comic.
Yeah, basically.
A little bit of Dante's Inferno comes to mind. Ooh,
I
I
played that game.
have to be careful a little bit.
Oh,
I'm seeing some of the pages here.
boobage.
Yeah, we'll avoid getting into the later pages too much, but
I'm getting like Dante's Inferno vibes now.
I like
Yes.
that. I like that.
hell
Well, that's
has
cool.
arrived.
Hell has arrived. Oh, I'm
After
gonna.
the conclusion of the Second Crusade, in Saladin's conquest of Jerusalem, 3 knights, each called from different Catholic orders, departed for England, seeking solace in their friend's hometown. What they found instead was death and desolation, as a satanic cult has summoned the bloodthirsty horrors of hell to lay siege to the land. The 3 knights must fight a new crusade against the undying evil, lest all of England be consumed by it.
That sounds like a really good TTRPG adventure right there. But check this out. Check this out. Watch this.
And then there's your
Micah
Curtis.
Micah Curtis. I can't read it.
Sorry. Camera's having trouble focusing.
Yeah, focus.
Micah
camera.
Curtis.
Focus.
Oh. Wow, this is bad. But
Just read
could
it.
just
Just read
read
them
it
off
to
to
us.
me. Yeah.
pencils by Preston Avesco.
Acevedo.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Thinking about
There
the
we go.
artist.
Colors
Oliver
by
Lee RC and Eric Weathers. Very cool. Well, Preston Acevedo is really good. I like that.
Sick art. Yeah.
That's what I got.
Well, I gotta turn the camera back on because I had almost forgotten this.
I also have something to show after this. So.
Okay. Ooh. This is the entire first trade paperback of the Synthetics, which this is from the Martian Comics. This is actually published by the same company that does all of the damn it, I can't remember the name of it now. One of our other streamers does the artwork for it, but yeah, this is some sweet ass stuff right here,
Really
man.
nice.
Really good story. The
Hey,
cover
T-shirt.
is
Sorry to cut you off, but I've got to go.
you gotta go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's just go ahead and end it. We're on something positive here anyway. So,
Yeah. And it was sick art.
and it was some sick art. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway,
I'm not allowed to show my stuff.
you're not allowed to show your stuff. No. Okay. Fine. We'll end with you. You're just showing
Hi,
you
everybody.
Yeah, is that
and your glow in the dark microphone.
I have a face, yeah. And we have little Chucky up there. But yeah, since my co-host Chris, he got me a Christmas present that took a long time before it arrived here because the post office accidentally sent it to Canada, and I don't live there. But
No.
But I have the whole trilogy, Affair of the Empire. I got all this hardcover books as a present for Christmas.
And without the Legends moniker on them.
No Legends, no stuff like that. Just original old expanded universe. I'm pretty happy with these books.
How cool! Oh
I think I have that trilogy.
Yeah.
Hang on.
It's old.
It's old, and it's 5 years after Return of the Jedi, and all the original sequel, basically. The original stuff.
And it's all decanonized now.
Not for me. It's always going to be canon for me, so,
There you go.
Disney. Go suck a big fucking dick.
There you go. There's something positive for you. All right, guys. Well, that about wraps it up for the Week in Geek. I hope you all enjoyed out there in the audience. I'm losing audience members quickly because we're already down. We've lost 8 of them so far in the last couple of minutes.
You can just blame me for being so toxic,
Oh, I doubt it. I think it's been 2 hours. Everybody's got other shit they got to do.
Oh
But
my
y'all
God,
take
you
care.
hater.
So hater.
Thank
So
you for having me on, man.
No problem, Jace.
It was good coming back. It's been a while.
Yeah. All right. Well, all y'all out there in the audience, have a great time. Have a great week. And I hope your week is positive and cool. And, try not to let the pop culture woes get you down. Because good things have to be out there. They are out there. We try to show you some good things out there.
Mhm.
Yeah. I definitely got good things coming this next week. So definitely going to be a lot of positivity coming this way. So
And just
y'all
remember,
take care.
life's too short. Make the most of it.
Exactly.
And in this panel, we love every single one who supports us. We love you, everybody, from the bottom of our hearts. So thank you for
Definitely.
supporting us.
Bye.
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 And donate to Animane because he really needs a
Donate
roof.
to anime, exactly.
Yeah,
Gone up
donate
$100
to anime.
since the stream started, by the way.
Nice. Nice. Good job, guys. Keep it going. Keep it going. Let's
going,
get a roof over that man's head.
Inside this search till I fall for you, inside this cold. For you, I'm still searching for you. I'm still searching for you. From dirt to the sky, I'm still searching for I've seen you inside this cold. I run till I know you, inside my heart. Now you, I'm still searching for you. I'm still searching for you. From dirt to the sky, I'm still searching for you.
Wake the fuck up, samurai. We have a city to burn.